What's good with it, Black Goose TV family, man? Double salute as always. Your boy Fluence Boxing is back in the building again with some more Fluence Boxing news. I got some breaking news for the people, and I'm gonna be 110% with y'all. This particular breaking news isn't the greatest of breaking news, depending on who you want to see fight, depending on the matchups you were hoping to get before the end of the year. But I will say this, it's not absolutely horrible breaking news. It's still a fight that, in my personal opinion, is very interesting. If you have any idea of the two fighters who is fighting, obviously you'll have a very big idea of one of them, because one of them is Tyson Fury. Whether or not you guys are aware of who Charr is, Mahmoud Charr. If you're not, let me educate you. Either way, it's looking as if Tyson Fury is saying, yo, Anthony Joshua, yo, it's taking too long. It's not happening. You've been procrastinating. You've been dragging your feet. I'm ready to move on. I'm done with this fight. I don't want it no more. I want Mahmoud Charr. Let's make it happen. Now, that's a very interesting call out from Tyson Fury, because, you know, me personally, I thought if he wasn't going to take the AJ fight, I thought he was going to take the Derek Chisora fight. Apparently now he's talking about he would love to face Mahmoud Charr. Charr recently came out and said, hey, yo, AJ, move aside if you don't want it. So it does seem like a very realistic option. And it seems like a much more realistic option than the Derek Chisora fight at this point. You know, my biggest thing when it comes to all this, right? You got to take everything with a grain of salt when it comes to when Tyson Fury talks. Anything he said after that Deontay Wilder trilogy has been kind of bullshit, right? Obviously, he fought Dillian White in between them time. But after the Deontay Wilder fight, he was retired. He didn't want to fight anyone. In order for him to fight again, he needed like $1 billion. Ends up taking the Dillian White fight, right? Has that fight. After that, he's saying, I'm retired again. I'm done. I'm not fighting again. I need $1 billion to fight again, right? And then all of a sudden, now he's back, and he was calling out Usyk, right? We didn't really hear anything from Usyk. Then all of a sudden that changes, and now Fury's saying, yo, I want the Anthony Joshua fight, right? This is coming from a guy who said he was retired not too long ago, right? Now I want the Anthony Joshua fight, right? And it seemed like the Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury fight might be something that's actually feasible, something that actually happens, something that's actually a possibility. Because we had Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn say, yo, we accept the fight, let's make it happen. We had, you know, Frank Warren, Bob Earl, Tyson Fury all saying like, yo, we're sitting the contracts, we're putting everything together. The thing that was very interesting when it came to the back and forth, everything that was being leaked, everything that was being put out there when it comes to the boxing media, was that we did have two very differentiating sides when it comes to the rhetoric that was coming out from both camps. Promotional wise, right? Tyson Fury said he wanted to fight. AJ said he wanted to fight. They said, let's make it happen, right? But when we're looking at the promotional side, Eddie Hearn said, hey, we want the fight. Let's do it based off of X, Y, and Z. Or coming from Frank Warren and Bob Earl, we hear them saying that they're probably not going to take the fight. They probably don't want to accept it. And obviously, it's negotiation tactics. We're talking about A side versus B side. This is all part of the game, right? You know, obviously, Tyson Fury bringing in somebody like Charles, having a possibility of yo, if you don't take the fight, Joshua, I'm going to fight him. You know, it's a negotiation tactic. It's putting pressure on Joshua and his team. So basically, my whole point is, how much of this report, how much do we want to take Tyson Fury's word for it, where literally in the last 6 to 7 months, he said a million things and hasn't followed through with it. He's done the complete opposite. So me personally, I'm still holding out that Tyson Fury versus AJ is going to happen in December. I'm still holding out because I think that would be a banger of a way to end this year, especially with how much boxing events is happening. But I also understand that on AJ's side, it really doesn't make sense, especially after Joe Joyce doing what he did to Joseph Parker. If, you know, Deontay Wilder ends up flatlining Robert Helenius, AJ fighting Fury on AJ's side of the game, I don't really think it makes too much sense, because there's a lot of fights out there where AJ can kind of get his momentum back, and people are going to be talking about AJ being the top of the king, top of the game, top of the world, top of the heavyweight division again, right? But at the same time, I also understand the competitive nature of AJ being like, yo, let's get this fight. I don't care. I still believe I can beat him regardless. So I see both sides, right? The thing is, I don't trust Tyson Fury's side. I don't trust Tyson Fury's side any, you know, compared to what Tyson Fury's been saying, in comparison to what Bob is saying, in comparison to what Frank is saying. It's like we got three different things going on. It's just, I feel like this is all hype. This is something to keep Tyson Fury in the media. I think this is something to keep people talking about Tyson Fury. I see Tyson Fury, like I've been saying, I see Fury versus Chisora happening way before him versus Joshua. I even see Fury versus Charr being an actuality and happening more so than him versus Joshua. But that's all speculation. That's me outside looking in. What do you guys think about this entire situation? You know, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. You feel me? 5K before the end of the year. You already know what type of time it is, man. Show your boys some love. You know what it is. But we're going to get into the nitty gritty of this article because what I'm hoping, me personally, is that it sheds some light. You know what I'm saying? I know it's probably going to be bullshit for the most part, smoke and mirrors. But let's see if we can get a little bit of information when it comes to this BoxingScene.com article when it comes to Tyson Fury saying he's ready to move on from the Anthony Joshua fight and will face Emmanuel Charr next. So let's get it. So Tyson Fury insisted Monday night that he's moved on from what would be a lucrative showdown with Anthony Joshua to a much lower profile fight against Muhammad Charr. Excuse me, I keep saying Emmanuel Charr, Muhammad Charr. So I was thinking about somebody else. I must have been thinking about somebody else. The unbeaten WBC heavyweight champion claimed in one Instagram post Monday that the deadline Fury imposed for his handlers and those that represent Joshua to come to an agreement for a December 3rd bout at Principality Stadium in Cardiff Wally's passed at 5 p.m. BST. That left him little choice according to Fury anyway, but to proceed to his second option, Germany's Charr. Representatives for Frank Warren's Queensberry Promotions, which co-promotes Fury along with Bob Arum's Top Rank and Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing, had constructive conversations Monday regarding the complicated television and streaming partnership that would require the broadcast and stream of Fury Joshua fight in the United States. And, you know, that does make sense. I didn't think about the one of the main reasons for this fight not to happen would be the broadcasting rights. Because, you know, Top Rank and ESPN is going to want the broadcasting rights, but you also understand that Joshua just signed that huge deal with DAZN. So I don't know if DAZN would be okay with forking over, like, yo, we're not going to take the, the pay-per-view. We're not going to take the broadcasting rights. And this is going to kind of explain a little bit more in this paragraph. Fury is aligned with BT Sport in the UK and ESPN. Joshua has a multi-fight contract with DAZN. Though Sky Sports box office televised the second unanimous decision defeat to Alexander Usyk as pay-per-view main event on August 20th. Though the two sides held out hope Monday night that they could finalize a deal, Fury contended that he's now focused on facing Charr. Well, guys, it's official. D-Day has come and gone. It's gone past 5 o'clock. It's going to be 5 o'clock Monday in the UK. No contract has been signed by Joshua. It's officially over for Joshua. He is now out in the cold with the Wolf Pack. Forget about it. Idiot, coward. I always knew he didn't have the minerals to fight the Gypsy King. Good luck with your career and your life. End of story. Peace out. So that was the last thing that came from my guy, Tyson Fury. This is coming from Fury as well. The last thing on his Instagram post. Looking forward to fighting a man who wants to fight and has a fire and desire. Fought some of the best fighters, now stepping up again. Get in their Charr. So, by the way, if anybody doesn't know who Charr is, won 5 fights in a row, but has been beaten by a knockout or technical knockout by former heavyweight champions Klitschko and Povetkin and ex-cruiserweight champion Briedis in a heavyweight fight. So, he would most likely lose the fight. Anyways, what do you guys feel about this? You guys think this is a negotiation tactic coming from Tyson Fury? Do you think he's really going to be looking to fight, Charr next up? I'm not a big fan of that fight, to be honest with you. I'll watch it because Tyson Fury's fighting, but I'd rather see Tyson Fury fight Derek Chisora if he's not going to fight Joshua. Like, where did Charr come from, out of all this? It's weird. I think Charr's with Don King Promotions. Does this have to do with some of Frank Warren's debt to Don King? I don't know what's going on. What do you guys feel about this? It looks like Tyson Fury saying, yo, the deadline's passed. The Joshua fight is not happening. I haven't heard anything from the promoters, though. I haven't heard anything from Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, and Bob. So I'm going to hold out for that because Tyson Fury talks. And I'm just hoping, like, if you're going to move on from Joshua, nigga, face Derek Chisora. I don't want to see you fight Charr. That's not interesting to me. But either way it goes, let me know what you guys think about this particular video, man. Hit the like button below. Subscribe to the channel. You feel me? Road to 5K. You already know what type of time we on. Arnold Schwarzenegger side of the game. I'll be back with more boxing. Stay stressed, not blessed. Not playing with y'all. You see, I mix it up on purpose to see if y'all catch it. Stay blessed, not stressed. Y'all know what type of time. Fluence Boxing forever, forever. Keep showing love. Keep showing support. I'm out.